Okay, hello everybody and welcome to Scalemodeling, and this is a bit of a different sort of video that I'm putting out. So rather than me offering tips and tricks and advice and stuff, I'm after a bit of advice, so I'm gonna put this out to you guys to help me out in the comments and help me sort out my airbrush problem. So for at least 3 weeks now, I've been having troubles with my airbrush. Now, or my mixing or whatever it is, I don't know. But this is not an expensive airbrush, it's a ModFX one. It's about $130. It's fine, it's usually fine. I've been using this for 6 months. But what I want to show you is that I can't get a constant spray out of this. There'll be times where I'm pressing down the trigger and spraying, and then the paint will stop coming out. I haven't taken any pressure off, changed anything on the pressure on the trigger, and I'm getting nothing. Then I've got to feather the trigger and get some paint to come back out, and it'll start up again, but then it's going to fade out until the point where I have the trigger fully open and nothing coming out. Now let's go through what this could be. First of all, I'm just going to open up. I'll take that off, I'll take this off. I'll be back shortly because I need to get a tool. Oh, there it is, it's okay. What I really need is to get my glasses, so I'll be back shortly. Okay, so this has been cleaned. This is clear, nothing in there. Let's take off this. Okay, so that's off, and that's got the seal on it, and that's clean. Okay, that's there. Now undo the back here, loosen that off, push that through. There's my needle. Alright, it's clean, it's straight. The pointy bit's pointy. Should not be a problem with that. This is a 0.5 needle. I also have a 0.2. Size makes no difference. I still have the problem. Now, what I have is, this is tight, these are good, this is all cleaned out. I've cleaned this out, there's a seal on there, that's fine. Seals are in here, okay, these are all tight. There shouldn't be a problem with any of that. This is all clean. So we'll put this back in. I'm just going to loosen that, I just tightened it. Alright. So that's going back in. Put this back on. We'll tighten that up, but just not very tight. Don't want to over tighten it, so it's just so it bites. It's tight. Put this back on. That's on. Putting that back on. This all the way in. That's tight. Back on. Trigger. It's working. No problem. Put this back in. Quick release. Turn on the compressor. What I'll do is I'll put some water in. So we'll just put a squirt of water in there. And what I'll do is this is going to be my display area here, what I'm going to spray against. Now, It's all good. I don't hear any, there's no leaks. Alright, pressure, PSI is going to go up to about 30, between 28 and 30 PSI. It's now sitting on 30 PSI, alright. So plenty of air coming out, no problem. Open it up, water's coming out. You can feather at different amounts, but the water's coming out. Nice smooth flow. No intermittent sprays. Okay, perfect. I'm tipping the water out. It's in there left over. Just give that a dry out inside. Spray it again till we just get air out. There we go. Just air now. Now what I'm using is Stynylrez Black Surface Primer. This stuff you can spray out of the bottle, I've heard, but it's also best to thin it. I don't mind thinning it. In here I've pre-thinned about 30%. So in there it's not too thick. In fact, I'm thinking I might, well, I'll tell you, first of all I used the Airbrush FlyHawk airbrush thinner. Alright, so there's some there. So what we'll do is I'm going to make a little bit more. So I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20. Okay, so there's 20 drops in there, and then we'll put in 10 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be enough. 8. Nearly 50% there. Alright. We'll make sure that this is shook up. Okay. Now, we want to put this in. Just hang on 1 second. Okay. So, let's put this in here. Just run that in there like this. This is so I don't spill any. Just go, oof. There's a little bit in there. Okay. So there it is in there. Alright. Should be fine. Consistency is okay. So let's see what happens. Compressor's up there on 30 PSI. And we want to spray some air coming out. It's fine. Let's go. See what happens. There we go, it's gone. Nothing's changed on my trigger. It's gone. There's nothing coming out. I'm pulling the trigger back further. There's still nothing coming out. I'll ease off. Let the air off. Give it a go like this for a bit. I'm still on 30 PSI. Let's try again. Bring it back. Open it up. There's a tiny little bit coming out. The trigger is fully open. I'm getting a little bit out. Now it's stopped. Look at that. There's nothing coming out now. I've got the triggers fully open. Look, there's paint in there. What's my problem? Can anyone tell me what's going on there? I can't figure it out. You want to see the tip? It's clear. It's fine. There's no problem with that. You know, there's my paint in there. You know, it's quite fluidy. It shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. Now, if I wanted to get that paint to come out, what I would have to do is pretty much move the trigger backwards and forwards, and it's still, look at that. Okay, still painting there. Why isn't it coming out? Let's try this. Up closer. Eh? Alright, so the compressor dropped back down about 10 psi to 20, and now it's come back on. I'm going to let that get up to 30 psi again, and it's almost up there. That's at 30 psi now. You can hear it, there's more pressure there. No paint. No paint coming out. I don't feel air coming out anywhere else. What's my problem? Okay guys, so another thing was I took this back to my store where I bought it from, and they're really good down there, and he looked at it, he put it up to his compressor, he put some paint in it and sprayed it through, no problem. Came out, worked perfectly. So he put it down to my thinning. Please, if you put down in the comments and give me suggestions of what the problem is there, that'd be great. It's really frustrating me and making it very difficult for me to do my work. You know, changing the needle with a larger size doesn't make any difference, and I'm completely confused.